very successful and profitable week in the Forex market last week with some profitable trades. If you didn't, well, be sure and watch to the end of this video because I have some very good high probability trade setups that I will share with you. Hello everyone, this is Rick Ray, and above my laptop you can see my website where you can go to find out more about Forex trading. rickrayfx.com/profile. And get your laptop out and we'll get started and get ready to set up these pending orders that I'm going to share with you towards the end of this video. But first, so this is the weekly analysis for the 25th of September 2023, the last week of September for Forex trading. And as always, I share my weekly analysis with you, and I will post it in my Line official group, and that is the QR code that you see on the screen there. And it's absolutely free to join, no obligation. So if you would like to join that group, just scan the QR code and you'll be in. That's where I share my weekly analysis video, and during the week, if I have another trade setup, I will share in there, and also any news updates, fundamental items that are coming out, I will share in the group also. So a good place to be aware of what's going on in Forex and to get some good trade setups that will help you to find some profitable trades in the Forex market. As always, we will look at the fundamental news, okay, which always has an impact on the movement of currencies and commodities. And then we will look at the profit and loss that I had from the last week's trade setups, which I shared with you. And then, of course, the new pending orders, which I have in place for this upcoming week on the 25th of September, 2023. First of all, of course, we look at the forexfactory.com. That's where we can find our calendar of events, the fundamental news items that will be released. And in this last week of September, there is not very much. There are a few items that we need to be aware of, and you can check forexfactory.com for those items. As you see on the screen here, as I always share with you, these are the Asian times that you see because I live in Southeast Asia. So if you live in other parts of the world, be sure and check forexfactory.com for your local time zones. And we're looking at the charts now to go over the profit and loss that I had from last week's trade setups, which I shared with you. And the first one, of course, is XAU USD gold. And you see the resistance and support lines on there, which I shared with you. And I had a pending order, a buy gold pending order at 1915, between 1915 and 1917. And that pending order didn't execute until Thursday. All right, but it opened on Thursday and then continued up during the US session. And then the next day continued up for a total of 135 pips profit on gold. The Euro US, I had a sell limit on that one, then executed on Wednesday. All right, and we got 100 pips out of the Euro USD sell limit. The odd USD, which I shared with you, was neutral on my day chart, which I use for planning my trades. And so when something is neutral, as you know, if you follow me, I take no trade. I wait to see until I get clear direction before taking a trade. Same with the New Zealand US, which trades very similar to the odd US. That was also neutral. The pound US, I had a sell limit on that with the entry price at 1.2485, and that one did not execute. When the market opened on Monday, it just dropped like a sinking ship. So no profit, no loss, no trade on the pound US. The USD CAD did not open either. Okay, that was a sell limit with the entry price at 1.3550. And that one, again, when the market opened, it just dropped, never did come back up to the pending order. The USD JPY, the UJ, all right, this was a good one. All right, the pending order opened early in the week and moved up, came back down to our entry point and went into a bit of a loss. But then the best day was on Friday when we had a total of 70 pips. Or you could have closed that on the very first day when it opened. Okay, initially it was in a loss, but then went up and got a total of 70 pips, came back down, came back up, finished out where it started, where it was on Wednesday during the end of the US session. So a total of 70 pips, whichever way you played that. Could have actually taken 2 trades on that one, 70 pips on the UJ. The pound New Zealand, it has changed bearish, okay, as we can see, but unfortunately it just sank like a sinking ship, sank like a brick, and it never came close to our pending order, so there was no trade on the pound New Zealand. The Euro CAD, also the same, it just dropped very dramatically, and there was no opening of the pending order. It did not execute. And that happens sometimes. All right, sometimes all of the trades will open, sometimes none of the trades will open, and sometimes a few of the trades will open. That is just Forex. So let's look at the pending orders that I have in place for the upcoming week of September the 25th. And as you can see, these are the current resistance and support lines, which have not changed much because gold has been trading within a very, very tight range. Resistance at 1928, and then after that 1945, and 1928 is just about where we're probably going to touch on Monday when the markets open. Right now that is a support, a resistance, okay, but likely to turn into a support, okay, after the market opens on Monday. Below this 1928 range, which is very, very important, we have support at 1915, the next blue line here, then 1900, and below that 1883. I really doubt that we're likely to see anything drop below 1900. Okay, that's a very, very strong psychological support area, but you never know. It can happen. All right, gold is turning bearish on the 4-hour chart. As you see here on H4, gold is showing bearish, but on the D1 chart, gold is neutral. All right, so I'm just holding on to nothing. All right, I'm not sharing any kind of a pending order with you because with no clear direction, it's better to wait and see who is going to take control. You know, there's a big fight going on between the bulls and the bears, and there's no clear direction, so it's better just to wait and see which direction we're going to take before I plan a trade. So I'll be sharing that later with you in the week. Perhaps Monday or Tuesday, if we get clear direction on the movement of gold. So be sure that you are watching in the line group where I will share any new trade setup for gold. I do have some pending orders on the major pairs and 2 minor pairs. On the Euro US, I have a sell limit at 1.0690. The Euro US is bearish, and you can see here it's coming down. It's just below the pending order, so let's let it make a small correction back to 1.0690. The odd US is still neutral. Okay, you see where it is here, and that's about exactly the same place that it was last week. So it's still showing neutral on my chart, so I'd rather not take a trade. Wait till I see clear direction. However, on the New Zealand US, I am seeing a buy limit, all right, and that's the order that I have pending for this upcoming week with the entry price at 0.5945. On the pound US, I have a sell limit, okay, with the entry price at 1.2285. It's just a little bit below that, so let's make a slight correction back to our resistance point here at 1.2285. The USD CAD, I have a sell limit also on that one, all right, with the entry price at 1.3480. And that's the resistance that you see here. That blue line is just a little bit below that. Let's let it make a very small correction back to that resistance point at 1.3480, and that's where the sell limit is for the USD CAD. The UJ, I have a buy limit on that one. Okay, it's just above the blue line here, which is support at 148.10, 148.10, a buy limit on the UJ. Then 2 minor pairs, the pound New Zealand. Let's see if we can get some good profit out of this one. The pound New Zealand, once it starts to trend, which it apparently has started this last week, we're seeing a bearish turnaround now with the pound New Zealand. So I have a sell limit on that just a little bit above where it is now. Let it retrace, make a correction back to 2.0665. And let's see if we can get a good trade on this pound New Zealand. It's been trading sideways for a long, long time, but just last week we are getting indication that The bears have taken control, and we should see continuing bearish movement on the pound New Zealand. The Euro CAD, I have a sell limit on that one with the entry price at 1.4390, just where this blue line is, and the price is just below that right now. Let that make a small correction back up to 1.4390 for the sell limit on the Euro CAD. And for those of you that are not interested in trading, or you don't have time to trade, or you just don't want to learn how to trade, you can still make income from the foreign exchange market. And that's simply by following a strategy provider, copying their trades, and earning income. It's a very, very simple procedure. It's a great way for people who don't have time or don't want to learn how to trade to still make income from the Forex market. And you can do that by just something called CopyTrade. All right, and I do have a CopyTrade platform, and this is the announcement that I have sent out several weeks ago, and we're starting to get some people to follow this particular strategy. All right, this strategy trades small trades, low risk, all right, and there's a minimal investment required. All right, just go to this website that you see here on the screen, and that's rickrayfx.com/CopyTrade for all the information that you need about how to get started learning how to follow, copy, and earn income from the foreign exchange market. Okay, guys, that's it for me. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Any comments or questions or inquiries, let me know, and I will get back to you. For the time being, this is Rick Ray signing off. See you again in the next video.